All right. Welcome to the Insider's Room. My name's Nick Parsons, and we're going to do some live wagering tonight. That's what the Insider's Room stream portion of our community has turned into. And so I've done fairly well in the early going with the help of a community member, a couple community members, and so I have a 6-1 record here. And here, we'll just change this up quickly. So, anyways, yeah, we're going to try to better that record on this second game here between the Bills and Patriots. And Greg the Greek's going to come on any minute. He's a live wagering specialist. He's based out of New Jersey. And so he's done extremely well with some of his bets, and he has access to some live player props that most of the country wouldn't because of where he is. But some other states just recently, Michigan actually just fully legalized everything, including the online portion of the wagering. So that was huge news just yesterday. Okay, so yeah, why don't we just bring Greg on right now, and we'll get ready to, we'll just pick his brain about everything here. So give me a second. Got how to do this. There we go. We're calling. Didn't work. We lost Greg the Greek for a moment. So what's going on in this Anaheim Islanders game? Look at this, 5-5 in overtime. Now it goes to shootout. So yeah, we're just waiting for Greg the Greek to come back here. Oh, there he is. Let's try that again. Hey, buddy.
Yo, my bad. What's going on?
Not much, not much. How's New Jersey?
It's cold as hell. Much like Canada.
Yeah, totally cold as hell. Yeah. Actually, where I am, it's not that cold. So I'm lucky. So you had posted a few player props in the Discord.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I would be able to see the game, but I don't have NFL Network, so we'll have to
you can watch the ticker, etc.
Yeah, no, I'll be paying attention. Those are just more plays that I know based on how the teams have been playing recently and how they play in general in these types of games with that low of a total. If you look at the teams that have played against New England, like running quarterbacks, they basically had really low rushing totals as compared to their averages. So I was kind of going with that trend, and then Devin Singletary's been on fire recently, getting a lot of carries, and I'm pretty sure he's rushed for at least a 15-yard run or more in every single game this year that he's played in, pretty much. So those were the feelings behind those plays. And I think you said you're on the Bills 7.5, right?
That's right.
And then I'm on the Pats first half, which I didn't really know about this Edelman injury. I don't know how serious it is, but I can tell you it's affected his player prop total significantly, which leans to tell me that it's very real.
Right. Do you see any value live betting bowl games?
Yeah, I'm watching this SMU game right now, and it looks like Florida National is really handing it to them. I mean, the refs are not helping anybody out. They had a big catch.
Bowl right now.
Which one's that? Is that
That's CMU and SDSU.
Wait, who? The
CMU
San Diego
and
State one?
SDSU.
Yeah. What's the total like in that game?
40, 41-ish.
No, I know that, but what's happened?
It's
I know
at 30
it was
halfway through the third.
So it could go either way. But yeah, I actually just went on a couple of live wagers while you were calling me. That's why I couldn't answer. And sometimes my computer does this weird thing where it can't get my location, so I have to jump on my phone real quick to place the wager. What's up, Dan?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Good, man. How are you?
Hey, thanks for joining us. This is Dan, the Professor Kaiser. He's on Covers Experts, which is one of the biggest professional sports handicapping websites out there. Dan has been on a regular of the show from the start, so anybody who's watching this knows who Dan is.
Cheers.
What's up, man? Look at that. Oh, is that a touchdown? Huge touchdown. Anybody who wants the over or the under on this San Diego State game?
Oh. Yeah, I'm actually playing both sides of that.
Nice.
I actually have some on the over, and I have some on the unders and that.
So Dan, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about these games? And I'm gonna put the Devo our house band on hold for a moment and put on the NFL Films music.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know. I like Buffalo. Buffalo today.
Okay.
I got I don't know. I started out with one of those mornings. I really liked Indiana today in college basketball, and just around tip off, I looked and saw that I put in Notre Dame.
Okay.
You won, so you got lucky.
No, I had it at plus 2, so I ended up with a push.
Oh my God, I had minus 2.5 Indiana, and I thought it was good, and I didn't hedge on it. I was like, they look so good, and then I don't know what the hell happened.
So one of those things. I was kicking myself all day, and then I was at my son's soccer game today, and I kept flipping, and they weren't coming back, and then I just happened to get on Discord and said like Notre Dame cover. For me, it was a push, but I was happy.
Yeah, I'm actually. If anyone's watching this right now, if you're watching this, I'm at live wagering on. I just got money line on North UNC. UNC's playing UCLA.
So you just took a wager?
Yeah, I think this is a bounce back spot. I'll post it in the chat.
Nice. Okay, well here we go. Yeah, so this is the new format on the live wagering is that any of the people that come on the show who want to do the live wagering and can take a screenshot and post it in the Discord, they can, as long as we're all part of the insiders room here. And so Greg is now firing with his own record here, starting right here. This is the first pick. Here it is. Nice.
Yep. First live wager. Yeah, I like honestly, I just really focus on college basketball because I really have a knack for it. Especially with these totals and stuff. Like, I'm specifically really good with like first half totals and things like that.
Right.
That's where I really thrive. But the situational, man, I thought that. Were you surprised by the Kansas game, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay, you thought Kansas would win, right?
Yeah, I was gonna take Kansas, and then this morning I
did.
Stayed off.
I had the under though. That was my main play for that one. That was golden. That was like the play I talked about in the Discord that I liked. One of them. But Harvard, they ended up covering the full spread. What other games did I watched this morning? There was a couple games that had crazy comebacks. Obviously, that Notre Dame game, the Florida State game. Yeah, I also had the under in that Notre Dame Indiana game.
Okay.
Which was good. Missouri plus 2.5 at home. That one was good.
Did you look at any bowls today, Dan?
I've got Georgia Southern.
Okay. Oof.
Huh?
Not looking good right now.
No, I like I said, I've been out all day. I haven't really got a chance to see, but thanks.
No, I'm not watching it.
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, could be worse. 16-7. Second quarter, still a lot of time.
I'm trying to think today. Washington tonight and Appalachian State, actually.
Okay, Appalachian State's a big favorite, but
yeah, I got him at minus 16.5, so I kind of got in a little bit. They've been sitting at 17 for a long time.
Yeah, I see
what
17s and 17.5s over at SBR.
Okay. I was thinking about just going for the over in that game and avoiding the spread, because I feel like either, like, if I do like Appalachian State, but they're going to score points if they're going to win. Like, I don't know. That was my thought with that one.
That definitely that would you ever predicted that SDSU would have just been laying a beating down like this? But the MAC had shown so well in that first day yesterday, you know, and now CMU is getting smoked.
They're clearly overmatched in that game. I was watching a little bit of it. Their defense, they couldn't even do anything on their defense.
Well, there you go. The MWC smashes the MAC.
So, what else is there out there right now that's cooking? There's some good games later too that we can talk about.
Well, yeah, Dan, what do you think about the Washington-Boise State game?
Yeah,
I took Washington.
Okay.
Nice. I like that pick.
Did you get what, -3? I hope.
-3. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that pick.
I mean, I looked at a couple. I mean, yeah, you look at Boise State's record, but which, you know, what, 12-1 or something, but they just haven't played really anybody that's got the talent that Washington has. And with Peterson, this is his last game. Yeah, you know, I don't like to buy into that. I don't really, you know, it's hard for me to buy into that crap, but that usually happens. Yeah, it's his final game. He retired
playing against his former team.
Against his former team
and former assistant.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name though? I remember last year I had that theory. I got talked into by one of my buddies for the Georgia. Yeah, it was the Georgia Tech game.
Oh, there's a touchdown by CMU, so the total has now eclipsed the number halfway through the third quarter.
Wow. That's something.
Yeah. That's something.
Catch up scores.
Fucking Florida's losing, excuse my language, to Utah State, surprisingly at home. That's a very much so a Jekyll and Hyde team. Seems like Virginia Tech's going back to their old identity of very much low-scoring games, specifically at home. Gonzaga's turning into a powerhouse.
The contest. So there we go. For the people on Twitch, which I don't think there's very many right now, we don't usually stream on Saturdays.
What about this Ohio State game against Kentucky? Oh, Dan stepped away.
Yeah, not a lot of people doing this, but it's more just for the record and getting content, as you said, Greg. Even if people aren't watching on lots of days, it's just about doing it and having it for the record. And
yeah, did you post it in the channel and everything? The Discord?
Yeah, it just automatically posts in there.
Oh, okay.
You
should post it. You should post it in the chat. I'm gonna repost it in the chat though.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
No, the free picks though too.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where most of the people look.
Well, it goes not to the free picks, the welcome to the channel thing.
Also, SMU just tied it up against FAU.
So here we go. The game has started.
Yeah.
So the Liveline guys are doing a 12-hour stream today. I can't imagine going that long, man. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's too long.
That's a little nutty.
And I get it. They have like a strong following, so they just want to keep the ball rolling. But I also see how a lot of these other guys do it, where they just give out free picks like on YouTube, because that's what people are more searching at their leisure, and then that's how you kind of slowly gain traction of people finding your content, because it's really like there's only so many people out there looking for this type of content.
This was a big third down conversion by Brady to Edelman.
How does he look?
Brady, well, he just converted the third down conversion to Edelman. So that was pretty good.
Because he was supposedly
Edelman just became the most career receptions of all time over Wes Welker.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about Wes Welker, my brother and I. Didn't he do some like crazy shit or something?
Well, I don't know. Look at
this.
Do
you remember this?
Huge play here. Oh, fumble. Oh, it's a huge turnover. Bills got it.
Really?
Yeah, they punched it out from behind. And it's a huge run back now, coming back the other way. They're on the 30 of the New England. Oh, because it was a major gain by New England. And then right at the last day of Burkhead, and they punched it out from behind. Tried to make a move, and boom.
That's crazy, man.
And then the guy picked it up perfectly on the second bounce. Oh.
Yeah, so let's think about this. You know what might be a good wager, actually?
Why don't I get up my lines here?
If I can get this away team total points over 17. That was really the bet that I liked, which means that I should have just probably took the spread, but there was away team total points over 15 and a half.
Patriots, you can get 4 and a minus 4.5.
All right. Sorry about that. My friends from England are trying to call on me.
Well, there was a huge turnover, Dan, right at the start here. Buffalo got it, and they're now on the 30.
I have to get that game on.
And so here they are, 2nd and 4 from the 25. And they're almost there. It's now 3rd and 1. Yeah, I wish I had access to some of the player props that you have there, Greg. But you can't even see the game. You ever heard of that online streaming service called Dazn?
No.
DAZN?
No.
You should write that down and check them out. It's an app, too. It's totally easy. It's totally cheap. And you get every game. Everything. It's
cheap? They just charge like a flat fee, or?
Yeah.
It looks like the Bills are being able to run the ball as I kind of expected.
There you go.
From the
from
the ticker.
Second and 7.
Damn, dude.
What'd you think of that North Carolina UCLA game today?
I just live bet it on North Carolina.
Did
I just posted. I was just talking about it. I don't. Oh yeah, before you came in here, I just said we're like because Nick was calling me and I didn't pick up because I was placing the wager for it because I think they're gonna win. I think it's a program. There's certain programs that just get such an edge, especially after they lost like some big games.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In college basketball, and UNC is definitely one of those programs. Like, for instance, like when I see a team kind of like they didn't get screwed against Gonzaga, but did you watch that game? They didn't have a chance in that game.
No, I didn't get to see it. I was busy.
Yeah, they didn't even really have it. I mean, Gonzaga was definitely outplaying them, but with the way the calls were going, there's no way they could win that game no matter what. I mean, they were fighting, but they have a lot of talent, and you're getting them at a price you will never get North Carolina at right now. Just realize that.
Overthrew them.
Like
So
you will
it's
never
gonna be
get
a
them.
field goal.
Like these are the best lines you're
Field
ever going to
goal
get. The
attempt.
most value. I'm betting
Yeah.
one of those big blue schools. So you got to I don't like to target schools like that, but like I'll be selective and try to target my spots with them.
Yeah, I did take the under in the game.
That's money.
I mean, I've watched a lot of their games this year, and even when Anthony was playing, I mean,
they can't score. They can't score.
You know, they just didn't seem to. Yeah, without him, they just didn't seem to have a lot. And then, against Gonzaga, they were down their 2 best players.
Field
and
goal.
then the guy came back and played against Gonzaga, but he only played like 9 minutes.
So, the over-under is 38, and
it's 36.5 now. Which
so what'd you get it at in the live bet?
-4.5
minus
in the game.
I posted it at minus 1.5.
Okay.
I have the Bills plus 7.5. How low do you think the Patriots spread would ever go? For the game, to try to middle it, you know what I mean? If I have 7.5, it's at 4.5 now.
You like if you like the way like it all depends on like your intuition, right? So if you like the way
7 points,
if
no
you let's say
you have to be 14.
Let's say you like the way the Patriots look, right? You would try to get them at money line, like, you know what I mean? Like even money, like minus 110 or something, or better. Or, you know what I mean? Like if you can get that, then you'll have like a whole, like if New England basically wins by a touchdown, anything within a touchdown, you catch both bets, right? So like that's what you're targeting, a situation like that. Especially like and it's all dependent upon like the total projected points. Like the way I do it is like I try to find like if it's a higher scoring total for the game, I might try to find a bigger window. Does that make sense? Right. Like I might try to go for 10.5 or like, you know what I mean, instead of 7.5 points.
Right.
That sort of thing. So that's something you definitely want to think about. Yeah, I don't know though. The Patriots don't look good though. From what I'm not watching the game obviously, but I can tell you that I know the Bills are definitely bringing it. And
San Diego State's about to go in for another touchdown.
Wow, that game blew over like crazy. Oh, and the Boise State game. Once Dane comes back, we'll talk about that more.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. I was gonna say for that game, I like the under.
Okay.
Washington's defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was.
You could see that. You could see that, right, happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost the value. It opened at 50. I lost the value, but I still think it stays under the total in that one. But
yeah. It looks like I'm a couple months away from being able to use your expertise.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, Dan. I posted that in the Discord, so you must be pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, they actually, yeah, because I actually went and looked it up because I know they had passed it, and then the governor, she was but she was like, and this is what this irritates me with them. She was like, oh, but if we legalize that, then that might take money away from the state lottery, and then which the money goes to the school, so it'll hurt the education fund. And I'm like, come on, that's what bothers me. You push the state lottery, you push the instant scratch off tickets, and you push lotto,
right,
which has like shit odds.
Yeah.
But then the Senate or the legislature said, okay, part of this money will go to the education fund. So
yeah.
then she was all then happy to sign it.
Right, exactly. They always pull some moral high ground stuff with this type of shit.
Yeah.
San Diego State did get that touchdown. They have 40 points.
Oh yeah, hopefully. They're saying by March.
The total themselves in that game before the end of the third quarter.
And there's a lot of money coming in on Washington. It looks like the line's pretty much moved completely to 3.5 so you get the full hook on Boise State. Boise State's gonna play them tough though. They're gonna come out with some type of crazy game plan, knowing their team, trying to win that game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Washington has been one of the most hard to handicap teams in all of college football, in my opinion. Just by the way they've played all year, so erratic. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, have you seen their games? So if you've seen their games, like they've blown big leads. They've been huge favorites and lost. They've come back. Like, it's been a wild season all around for them. So
big flag, roughing the passer, I think.
Oh, against let me guess, roughing Brady.
Yeah, of course.
I think so.
Love it.
No.
So I want to ask your opinion on some of these college basketball games leans that I have.
All right.
Dan, I'm looking today. Is there any way you can see the Syracuse total going over 150.5 at home against North Florida? I don't know a lot about North Florida. I know they were a higher pace tempo team, but still, like you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because I know how much you hate Syracuse.
Yeah, I told you they're not over. They're like one of those overrated teams. Like, it's not that they're bad. It's not that they're
I understand what you're saying, but
so overrated.
Right. Yeah, because I was actually thinking about taking North Florida, even just for the hell of it, but. Yeah, I can see that. Well, it was 150 at 75 a piece.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm not talking about that. You're right, but I just like because they're home known. I don't know. You're right. 14.5 does a lot. You're right with that lean. But yeah, 150. The under is like, I don't know. It seems like when it's that high though, it's like almost like they're gonna call a lot of fouls and stuff, but still. That is
a couple of those Syracuse players, though, do have a really high percentage.
Who, Buddy Boeheim? The coach's son? The coach's son, Buddy Boeheim?
Yeah.
In there? Oh, Buddy. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. I'm looking at their... Okay, so first of all right, here we go. So they have had a couple high-scoring games that were just like ridiculous, a couple like anomalies against Seattle and Oklahoma State, one at home and in the neutral court. But this is the highest over-under total for the entire season by like 6 points. Okay, right. Their totals usually are around 137, 130, 135, depending on the team that they're
first
playing.
Down here. Okay, they're really running the ball big time on
North Florida is the high-paced team, but they're coming in and they're going to be 14.5-point underdogs. You know what I mean? So I just see that being like a slower pace. Now I think also like both of these teams are on their last 5 games they're both 4-1 to the over. So there's a lot of recency bias, I think, also with that over. So that was mine. All right, and then a couple other ones is the Ohio. I gotta ask you about this Kentucky-Ohio State game.
Comes a third down. Maybe. So Dan, are you excited, or will that mean that you're going to have access then to all the DFS books, etc., as well in Michigan? Like, and have access to those player props?
Here's the thing, I don't know.
Okay, so it's a sort of the wild, wild west of Michigan.
Because right now the only people that can apply for licenses is the casinos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, it's the same way in New Jersey. It's just a joke.
But I can see DraftKings or FanDuel going into one of the Indian casinos and setting up a book. I can see that, like they did in Indiana. But I just don't know which ones and when or where.
Right.
But once they get a license, I'm because they did they did approve online gambling. So, but one of those has just got to come in and set up basically one of the casinos to launch it. So I'm guessing because DraftKings and FanDuel both went into Indiana.
Yeah, they're just branching out like crazy, but they're gonna basically monopolizing it. It's crazy.
So, and the other thing is now Michigan, the tax rate for like these casinos for sports betting.
I might take the over. I'm thinking if they can hold them to a field goal here, maybe that's going to come down enough, and I might consider taking the over.
What's it?
What do you have right now?
Yeah, what's it at?
I have 37.5.
Why do you like the over? You think they're going to be able?
Maybe the total will come down low enough that
Oh yeah. I mean, once you get down to like 33, 34, 35, it gets really easy to like accidentally go over the total.
It's another big third down here. They're on the 10-yard line.
But yeah, as I was saying, the tax rate here in Michigan for sports gambling is right now it's the second lowest in the country.
Okay.
Behind Las Vegas.
That's cool.
They're only taxed, I think, like 8.4%. I think the online gambling is a little bit higher, but like the rate for in casino sports gambling is only 8.4%.
I just see what other people get on the VIG on their bets, and I can tell you that FanDuel's really good. Like they have very favorable lines the way they're.
Well, FanDuel, right? FanDuel is one of the books they use at covers. So
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, their lines are basically the only. I think their lines are pretty much the only sports book I would say is you might get better lines, but obviously we can't get it. But the only sports book that I get at covers that you get better lines maybe is Pinnacle. But yeah, FanDuel is very, very competitive in line.
So it looks like Florida Atlantic, just scored another touchdown.
So did the Patriots.
UCLA's plus 8.5 now. They're down 8. A lot of times here I will like hedge back for half a unit, but I'm not going to because I only bet a half a unit on it. Did 230.
Yeah, they were down 6 with the ball, and then North Carolina got a steal and a layup. So.
Oh, you're watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think they'll cover the 1.5.
I can. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I was looking at UCLA though, because that's one reason I took the under. Big reason. Well, 2 reasons. One, Anthony's out, so.
Oh yeah, plus you're catching points at home.
And then the fact that you look at UCLA and like their leading scorer was like 12 points or something.
They just scored again. UNC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that looks good. That one. What do you think about Kentucky, Ohio State?
Yeah. I mean,
I think you know what I like actually.
So the over is what I was telling you I liked on this game.
And that one I'm talking about?
No, the one here.
Oh yeah. I actually just thought of one, dude. The under first half in that game. What do you think about that?
NFL game?
I struggle. See, my thing is, I struggle with Ohio State because
these are two of the best
40
defenses.
and a half
I can't.
now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they're that
you
good.
Get the Bills at 7
You don't?
and a half.
No.
They're streaky good. They have a few good shoot. They have one or two good shooters. So like if those guys are on, you know what I mean? They kind of they play good defense. They're like a hybrid of like one of those Virginia type teams that plays really good defense and has a couple good shooters. And if they're hot, they're hard to beat.
Right, but the thing with that is also it's like Caleb Wesson. I mean, if he can stay on the court, they're tough. But I haven't watched him so much this year. But last year, he used to always get like in foul trouble, and stupid fouls. And he's pretty much key to that team. But yeah, I don't know.
I actually like the first half under 61.5 points in that contest. I think that it will be the Kentucky-Ohio State game. The more we talk about it, I think about these teams and how they've played, especially recently. And I definitely am going to lock that in.
This is another wager right now? Live wager? Or just, this isn't a live wager?
It's sometimes, this one would probably be available because it's a big game, but
right.
And it's crazy because you can actually
as long as we're streaming, just anything, I guess, while we're streaming.
You can actually do those types of bets though live on FanDuel. Like you can get the first half, right? So like the other day, it's a big play for SMU. The other day, like we'll get like the under right on the team, and then I'll bet the over live, like the same thing that you do with like the totals, except for just the half for the first half. And it seems to work better, or it seems like you have a better chance of middling because of the amount of points you can get. Like if you think about it, like if I can get like a 6.5 point window right on a spread or like a total or something like that, or like that, like it's a much greater chance that it'll fall in that window than like for the game on trying to get a total, trying to get a line like that for the full game because there's much more time and more points that can be scored and stuff. So I like to target that.
Hey, Dan, do you have any thoughts on the late NFL game, or do you either, Greg? What do you guys think about because we haven't even talked about that, the Rams and...
I see it move to +7, which is kind of crazy to me. I was surprised to see that. What would you think, Dan? I mean, yeah, that's interesting. So the Patriots scored a touchdown?
Yeah, it's 7-3 now.
How did they score?
Yeah. Just gradually moved it down the field and threw a touchdown.
Yeah, see, to me, if the Rams would have won last week, I would have been all over.
Crushed by the.
Yeah,
you would be all over the Rams because then they have a much better chance of making the playoffs. A lot to play for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean. Oh, I did have a play on it actually. Hold on, I forgot. I made it a while ago, when I did some capping, and it was the under for the first half I play in that game. That's right. Definitely.
Wow, there is a big pass.
That I think the value might be gone. Let me see if you can still get it because I did this a while ago. No, you can still get it at 23. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, at least initially. Because, like, it's the freaking sweetheart 49ers against the Rams.
You still get the Bills plus 4.5 in the first half.
Yeah, I got the
Should I wait one more series?
As I told you before, I'm on the Pats minus 3.5.
Right, you're on the Pats minus 3.5 for the first half.
First half, yeah. Which I would like the score to stay just as it is right now. That would be perfect.
Okay, I gotcha. And so
yeah, mate. But I'm kind of like I'm leaning. I like Eastern Michigan tonight.
Okay.
Why are you liking Eastern Michigan?
What's your thought process on that one?
It's 23.5 points. A hell of a lot of points to be for Michigan State to be giving up. Michigan State has struggled all year, and we got bad news this week because Langford won't be back. He's having foot surgery again, so he's out for the year. They just haven't looked good. They turn the ball over too much. And it's a lot to do with a lot of their young guys. They're still playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores.
But this is supposed to be like their homestand, right? Where they really can like gain some momentum. So you don't think they're gonna blow them out?
No.
Okay. So usually
because again, the same thing.
So this is what I like to do though in those types of games. Like when you find spots like that, Dan, I almost always will try to target the first half for I'll almost always, because the way I look at it, it's like usually it doesn't always work out like this, but I would say more times than not, the team will hang in for the first half if they're going to stay within a range of that big spread, right? And you're going to win more times than not. The first half total or the first half spread is going to be more times than not you'll win.
Yeah.
So what do you think of 13?
Because I had Northwest. I took Northwestern in their last game.
And what was that? What happened? I don't even know.
It was I think it was 12 or 14, and State won by 5.
Yeah, you're right. Same
thing
happened.
They were up. It was around that number.
So that would have been an example where this wouldn't have worked, because I think that they were big at half in that game, right? And then they let them back in.
They were up like 10 or something at half. It was they were close to the number.
Obviously it can happen.
Have you guys looked at the upcoming schedule?
That's a touchdown. Oh, it was pass interference.
But again, you gotta. And again, my personal gambling and stuff that you're talking about, like taking those out. My personal gambling is just because of the nature of covers is a little bit different.
Right. I got you. Well, I was talking about that with Nick.
Right. But for me, I can get halftime. I can get like first half lines at covers, but I have to appeal
to everyone.
But I have to request it. That's not offered.
Really?
Yeah, I have to request them to. I have to tell them what book I want. I have to request that they put that line up as a betting option.
That looked really poor.
Yeah, that's annoying. I figured something like that because it's just not as mainstream.
Now the Bills are punting.
Right. So basically it covers them. Basically they do, sides and totals, and money lines. And for even for like boxing, I pretty much have to ask.
Yeah, I saw like UFC was on at like 4 in the morning last night. It was crazy. Yeah. I guess they have games over in like China or something.
Yeah, it was over in China, and there was only. I looked at the card this morning. I mean, after I got, I wasn't gonna do anything. I looked at the card this morning after it was on. There's only one fight, and it was the main event. There's only one fight on there that had anybody I had actually heard of.
Right.
So yeah, I wasn't. And then Frankie Edgar got knocked out. So.
Wow, what a punt! They pinned him at the 1-inch line.
Who did?
Buffalo.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but usually also I mean, like for gambling in Michigan, they're saying, oh, they hope it's up by March.
Wow.
But it could be. It should be quick. It could be a lot quicker.
Well,
you know, if FanDuel or DraftKings.
Oh, it'll happen quicker.
If FanDuel or DraftKings come in, because.
Yeah, no, dude, it was like in Jersey. It was like the next day. It was crazy.
Right. I'm hoping.
It was practically. It was like.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's go. No messing around.
But I don't know how it was, how the thing was set up in Jersey. I mean, because like here, the thing is, they say, well, you have to have the only people that can get licenses right now are actually the casinos. I'm sure FanDuel or DraftKings, and one of them will go into the casino and cut a deal and set up a book.
Right.
Yeah, they will.
So, Greg, you have somewhere else to go tonight. So why don't we just rock the first half again tonight, and then we'll do Monday night.
Yeah, that'd be good for me, mate. Because I got two mates from England that.
No worries.
We'll go a few more minutes, right, and then wrap it up.
For sure, man.
Yeah, we got 14 minutes left. We could do a few more minutes, and then wrap it up. There's a couple more games actually. So like, I actually do think that I lean Ohio State in that game, but
I get the Bills plus 4.5.
Prefer first half under.
Also, the other game I like the Paul.
Oh really? I was gonna ask you about that one. I was also gonna ask you about Dayton, even though the line's moved and I already kind of missed it, but I still think I think you can take team total over on Dayton.
What was the total in that SMU FAU game?
Well, it was kind of crazy because it opened at 71 and then it went down to 63, and then I think I saw it down to about 53 at one point, and it's probably about 57 now or something like that. I haven't looked at it in a minute.
Well,
I'll check in a second.
Nuts, the total then on that one. Whoever got down early benefited huge, obviously. So here we go.
SMU.
Roy Williams is struggling.
SMU's going in for a touchdown. But Colorado, I've noticed this thing about them, even at home. Like, they're a good team, but they play really slow at home in the first half. They tend to, like, lose to really bad teams in the first half.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say that.
You ever do live wagering to baseball games?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big
well,
time.
Yeah.
That's
for that.
That's where it's at. That's where it's at, man. Especially now with the juice ball and stuff.
That'd be interesting. To me, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, but they have the juice ball during the regular season. There wasn't a juice ball in the playoffs. It seemed like they had a playoff baseball.
No, it's not even that, dude. It's just how they call the games. They can like slightly edge it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's not. They don't need to do anything. They don't have to change the ball. They can still use the juice ball. They just have to call the game a certain way.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But there's some hits, or there were some batted balls in the playoffs.
But dude, you see it. Like, you see it when like Cole or Strasburg, these guys go out there and they're getting the corner, and their stuff is so dominant, and then you give them that call too, and like the hitter is just at you don't realize it, but like that when that's going on, what's actually happening is their batting average is going from like 300 to like 150. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even realize it, but like that's like what's happening.
But it's not just giving them. It's not giving them the corner. It's giving them 4 inches.
Yeah, and like you know how it is. Like they're trying to defend a certain pitch, and now they can't because you're squeezing them, and and then they feel like they have to protect another side of the plate, and it's like to some hitters it really messes with them, especially depending on the hitter. It's that's the part of live wagering. That's where you gain the edge when you're watching it, like the baseball game, and you're like, okay, this is a good spot. Like, but yeah, you want to pick your spots. You want to stay like pretty selective.
The Bills have jumped to 6.5 here in the first half.
Yeah, this is a really competitive game. This SMU Florida Atlantic game.
I appreciate both you guys coming on again, of course. And as you've said so many times, Greg, it's just about getting the content out and just putting it out as much as possible. So I sort of missed the Thursday night game, but I'm glad we got this small Saturday stream in. For the community.
It's good for us. It's good. It's good for the community. It's good for any of the viewers. It's good for us. It's good for us to get practice. It's good for us to share the info. It's all around good, the way I see it. But if anyone was watching and they hopped on that North Carolina, they cashed the ticket.
Did you cash that one then?
Oh, I can't tell. It looks like they're up 10 and there's like no time left.
So you started your career there 1-0 then.
Yep.
That's great.
I was gonna put the Pats first half one on there, but
they're up 10 with a minute 23 or something.
So you can get Josh Allen pass yards prop at 156 yards. I feel like that is pretty damn low. Wow, Sony Michel has 32 rushing yards already.
Wow, they sacked them and then picked them up.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that Singletary rushing prop, but I like that Josh Allen one. I think is money.
Yeah, you had the under 38.5 or something.
32.5. It's gonna be just enough. He'll probably get like 25 or something. And
Sony Michel just had another big run.
Did he? I was literally
probably 8-9 yards or something.
I was just about to pump a wager on his over because I saw it at 61.5 just before you said that, and now it locked and went up to 69.5. I was just about to hit it because that's what I like to do. I'll see because all right, this is the situation, right? He had 32 yards, 7 attempts. There's 11 minutes left in the second quarter, and they're up 4 points with the ball, right?
Right.
You don't think he's going to get 35 more yards?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's kind of like the logic there.
New England fans are liking this.
What's happening? Are they just driving?
They're just moving the ball downfield.
Or
5 yards by 5 yards.
Who's getting the most snaps in the backfield? Like, is it Michelle? Is it James White, or is it Burkhead?
Trip play here. Yeah, Michelle mostly.
Michelle. It looks like James White is really starting to be used like less and less. I've noticed. They used to throw to him insane amounts, and now for whatever reason, I guess he doesn't have it like he used to with Brady.
Wow, Brady threw a hit. Legion of Picks is laying a money line play on FAU half unit to hedge out of that game.
He just scored a touchdown as he said that. They're up 20.
Don't go against Lane Kiffin.
I know. I did, and I lost. I was on SMU first half.
Is he coaching?
I don't think so, actually.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not even paying that close attention. Yeah. Oh, Sony Michel, -4 yards rushing. Nice.
So what is the Monday game, you guys? It's Packers at Vikings.
Ooh,
and then what does the rest game. So what does Thursday? That's the 26th.
There isn't any.
Okay, there isn't any.
Thursday night football's over.
Okay.
Who the hell is N. Harry? This new receiver for the Patriots.
All right, so that's the end of Thursday night football.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that.
It doesn't last forever.
I didn't realize it, and then you said, I think you posted something. Well, that's it till Saturday, and I'm thinking, well, what about Thursday? And then I read something like, Thursday night football is over for the year.
Right, that makes sense. It doesn't last forever, so.
But also, I think because it is the last 2 weeks of the season, they want to make like everything fair. The people are on a short week, and
well, I'm not seeing any value here on this Bills Pats game, which is just so we have like 7 minutes left, you guys. I'm just gonna go to the toilet, and I'm gonna put you guys on the main screen, and we'll just close it out for 5 more minutes. All right.
All right.
Fine.
Yeah, that's cool. I gotta get going soon too. Yeah, so I like what was the line on that DePaul again? 5.5?
This morning was 6.5, so
what about the kind of like the first half spread? It's only 2.5.
Yeah, I mean Northwestern is just. Listen, they played. I mean, it came within 5 of Michigan State, but again, it was not a great game.
Yeah, it's not like they. But they're probably getting a lot of. Oh, you hung up. You hung up there. You back?
I'm back.
You hit your video.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Discord just kind of like went funky on me. Like, yeah. All right.
That's ridiculous. FAU just got an interception. SMU's getting kind of killed.
You know, listen, DePaul, I don't know. DePaul's like, they've got a pretty good young team, and they're just playing really well. And it's the battle for Chicago. You know, so I think Chicago or DePaul's been down for a few years now. I think last year they either made it the CTI finals or they won the CTI tournament at the end of the year. And I think this is kind of one of those games they want just to beat their city rival, their city.
Right.
And if and here's the thing. DePaul, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, DePaul made the NCAA tournament for the first time. And basically the next year they took a dump. And I can't remember what was actually said. there's something sad that basically the players, I don't think they get it.
Kind of like the I like that. I'm gonna tell it. I like the over in the Auburn Lehigh.
Big turnover, or they didn't get
the Auburn game. For whatever reason, like Auburn just gets this ridiculous. They get the most ridiculous amount of fouls called, and now that they have this thing going on with them where they can't hit free throws, they get. I feel like they get even more fouls called. Yeah. What about Kansas State St. Louis? Do you have any lean on that one? I was looking at that game.
No. Yeah, that's what I did.
And I also was looking at what's it called, Creighton, Arizona State, because I'm not sure why Creighton is a 3-point favorite. Like I think they should be I think it should be pick. I feel like that line is not correct at all. I mean,
New England got maybe a favorable spot, and
maybe.
And Buffalo's challenging.
Maybe.
FAU.
Yeah.
It's laying the hammer down.
Ooh, this is a high total.
No, they're not.
This is a high total for an Oregon game. 147, playing Texas Southern.
Why? Why do you say that?
Oregon doesn't usually play slower pace, especially at home. From what I understand, at least. So I'm kind of curious. I want to go look at the numbers. So the two things that I like to look at, the over/under analysis. I like to look at the point of the line movement, and I also like to look at the dual game logs so I can get a sense of who they played. And then I'll go look at the Ken Pom rate too, and kind of just factor all of that in.
Right.
Oh wow, they actually have played some high totals this year. Oregon's actually 7-3 to the over.
So, Greg, you were even thinking about sharing some free picks and different things for the Insiders Room coming up.
Yeah.
So that's going to be sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really give a lot of my picks because a lot of mine are spur of the moment live picks and stuff. I'll try to be better about posting them, because a lot of times what happens is I'll make a play, and by the time it happened earlier too. I'll make the play, and by the time I post it, the line's already moved or changed, or you can't even get a line. Because it locks up, and then by that point, it's completely different sometimes. So that's the only problem. I mean, I guess that's really the benefit of having this show, is that you can really take advantage of the live timing.
Yeah,
and stuff,
and just that we can be all around the world and the country and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? So San Diego State has just scored a defensive touchdown now.
Wow.
But Greg, and here's my thing though, but okay, even if you post it and we can't get it, at least people can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, the content.
And yeah. But also see that I'm not just from other things and other sites, and from being on forums and being in this business for so long. But at least people can see you're thinking and actually see that you're actually doing this. And then so when you come on and say, oh yeah, I had this and this and this, people are they'll say, well, yeah, it's easy to say after.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm always skeptical of things when people post things after the game's over. Oh yeah, I had this and this, and I know some other sites, and there's a famous people that on these other sites. Oh yeah, I won this one. Oh, but after the game's over, they post something, and after the game's over, say, well, yeah, but I bought 3 points.
But I bought 3 points.
I bought 3 points. You know,
hit it.
And you just lose. To me, you just lose credibility.
There's still lots of time left, and the fact that they held them to this field goal was pretty big, I think. Don't you think? If you're
But, you know, people that watch this show obviously know that you know what you're talking about and whatever. But it's just like, if you want to me, it doesn't really matter if you post things. And because obviously that's the nature of live wagering, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I just don't like...
we need it for the record there, though.
Most of the time I'm on my phone when I'm placing stuff, so it's it's even hard. It's hard. Like, it's easy when I'm at my computer to do it. Yeah, exactly. Screenshot.
Mate, I'm not asking. Hey, we're not asking you to post everything. I'm just saying. You know.
I totally hear what you're saying. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%. I definitely am gonna contribute.
So the Bills
more
get 9.5 for the game. 37.5 over under for the game. I kind of still like the over. What if the Bills come down and score a touchdown here? Then it's at 20. But you guys don't think they're coming down to score a touchdown, Dan? Buffalo's not going to score anything?
I'll be honest. I was watching the North Carolina game. I spent a lot of time just talking to Greg. I haven't really followed the game that much. I haven't been really watching it, so I mean, I haven't really watched the flow of the game. How much time's left?
5 minutes. And now Buffalo gets the ball back. I don't know. They haven't really shown much. Really,
if you're putting me on the spot, if Buffalo will come down and score a touchdown, I'll say no. But I'm not telling you to bet either way.
Well, neither is Greg. 37.5. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
kind of like the over.
Watching,
I like the over. I might take that for a half unit.
I'm seeing 30.
Out, really,
I'm seeing 36.5.
You're seeing 36.5. Okay, well maybe I better hold off.
At even.
Yeah, this is plus 105.
Oh, okay.
I think you keep winning all the live bets.
36.5 minus 105. I can get that. I can get 36.5. I'm gonna take it.
So, like, when you do that, just so you know, you're really saying that you think that there's going to be a score before the end of a half. Just so you know. Like, that's essentially
so
what
you're just taking the over 16.5.
Well, no. You said 36.5, right, for the game.
Yeah, that's a plus 150.
Yeah, so like at 36.5.
No,
for the game?
over 16.5.
The team total?
No, first half.
Oh, the first half total. Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, because then why wouldn't you just wait, right? If you're going to do the full game over, till the end of the half. But if you think that they're going to score,
I see what you're saying. So yeah, well, for the first half, it's 16.5 plus 150. So they have to score the touchdown here, basically.
Yeah. That's different. That's different because what I'm saying is you can gain 1 or 2 more points by waiting by saying they're not going to score a touchdown. That they're not going to score a touchdown. But if you think that they might, or there's a good chance that it just goes over anyway,
shown much to think that they're going to do anything really, right? They've been pretty pathetic.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I mean, I'm not watching, but it looks like no one's been able to really move the ball much. Kind of as expected, right? This is what the game was supposed to be like.
Yeah.
SMU's gotten their asses kicked.
So what part of Jersey are you from?
Well, like, my family's originally from North Jersey, but I'm, like, from more, like, central southern Jersey, like, not too far from Philly, but I have ties all over the state. Like I go down the shore in the summer. I spend a lot of my time growing up down there. Yeah.
So down in Jersey Shore, huh?
Yep, typical Jersey Shore. Yeah.
So you know,
couldn't convert the 3rd and 6. It's a punt.
What? What'd you say?
Do you know Snooki and J-Wow?
Yeah, Paulie D.
Yeah.
Mike the Situation got a situation over here. Yeah. All those crazy characters.
So are you a GTL guy?
Jim Tanner Laundry. Oh yeah. You got it. You gotta be. From Jersey.
So they didn't do anything. Buffalo did nothing. They punted
yeah, so now I'm seeing at 34.5, which is that was what I was trying to say. Like, so like if you were going to take the 36.5, you're basically saying like they're going to do something here. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you just wait.
I mean, here's the thing: if you wanted a good reality show about just a bunch of drunks, like, go to Thailand. Should have went to Thailand with me and my friends. That would have been more.
Oh yeah, it'd be a better show, but it's not as relatable, you know. And they're trying to create this culture and stuff.
But what culture? What? Oh, half of them are. What was only one of them actually Italian?
I don't even know.
I think Vinny was actually the only actual Italian. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean,
it might be true. I know, like, honestly, it's funny because, like, it's not like I ever really watched it or anything, but I know it because I'm so familiar with just, like, being from the area. It's hilarious. All those guys are just so washed up now, too.
Mate, they're still on.
Yeah. They're still like, doing this. Yeah.
So San Diego State crushes Central Michigan 48-11. Georgia Southern is losing to Liberty, and SMU and Florida Atlantic is 28-14 at the half. And so we're at the 2-minute warning here, you guys.
So, did you make any live wagers today?
Yeah.
Greg did. He made his first official one and put that in Discord.
I met you.
No, I didn't.
No, I meant... No? Okay. So our record's still intact. We only have one loss.
Yeah. I only have one loss. I was just about to possibly take another one, and then at the last minute I didn't there.
What is it? 13 points? So you would need, what, 21 and a half? 3 touchdowns in the second half? I don't know, man. This offenses are so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen, but...
Yeah, but I think you'd almost be looking for a special teams or defensive score.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, because if you just look, because even the first game was only 16-10.
Right.
So I don't just watch a little bit. I've been watching lately. I just don't know if both offenses on their own will get 3 scores, or you'll need a missed tackle in the open field and the guy just breaks it. I don't think it's going to be easy.
So you know, we never even talked about Christmas or anything. So yeah, Monday will be sort of a last one. We'll have to just play it by ear after that. We'll have to be bowl games or something.
Yeah, we should talk about like what we're gonna do over the next week because I do have time if you guys do want to do stuff, and I will be regardless. I'll be contributing a lot on the Discord,
okay.
and
Well,
I'll
yeah,
be,
definitely. Let's just try to connect whenever we can to put in content.
Okay. I mean, I can.
Oh.
I mean, I can do.
Greg, we lost Greg there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, but here's the thing. I can do. Oh, back.
My phone died. I'm back.
Okay, I can do. As I said to you earlier today, I can do whatever. I've got some things I gotta take care of. I can do Boxing Day at some point. Or I could. At some point, I could do Boxing Day. Bowl games. I mean, it's just me and my son, so Christmas for us will be over by noon. I know you guys are busy and you got family and stuff, so I'm not. That's understandable. But the 26th, I could be in at some point, and then I pretty much the rest of the week I'm free.
Yeah, I'm down for those types of days, those bowl games, the days after Christmas, and we're gonna do Monday.
Yeah.
For sure, and I'm going to be doing some testing on the Madden tournament throughout January. Get that part figured out for a little bit of extra content for the show as well. And yeah, some serious money will be down on that for the members only of the Discord. So do you think it's worth trying to see if another score happens? Because we've cut early. We've cut at the 2-minute mark before.
All right.
It's up to you guys. I'm gonna head out though. I gotta get ready.
No problem, mate.
I'll definitely catch up with you guys on.
All right, good
Monday.
good work on your first win there.
Thanks, man. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah,
All right, later, man.
Yep. Thanks, Doug.
And we don't have to wait to the end. I doubt I'm gonna put a wager on anything either.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
But all right, Monday for sure, and mate, I'll talk to you tomorrow about what we talked about earlier. So.
Sounds good.
All right.
Later, Dan.
Hey.
Later.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Bye. All right. So that's it. We did the first half, and Greg won his one wager. I was just about to place a wager, and then I didn't. And so that's the way the cookie crumbles. And so for this portion of the stream show for the Insiders Room, I guess that's it. But we will be back on Monday night. We're going to try to better our 6-1 record. And until then, you guys, let's kick it off with